What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of our biggest build yet. 1,000 cc's, 90 horsepower, 12 inches of suspension travel in what can only be described as the Trophy Kart. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Last year, we built the Cross Kart. 750 cc's, 85 mile an hour top speed, and lightweight, low-slung design built to handle on-road and mild off-road conditions. A few months ago, I bought the new home of CarsandCameras. It has a smooth road and a ton of well-traveled trails, but it also features more formidable terrain that we've barely scratched the surface on. In fact, huge humps, bumps, and jumps reside in these unassuming hills. When planning the first major build at our new headquarters, the question quickly became, how can we build a machine that retains the acceleration, speed, and handling of the Cross Kart on any type of terrain? Imagine double the suspension travel, bulletproof solid axle suspension, a bigger, more powerful, and better suited engine for off-road abuse, more aggressive tires, and suspension better designed for high-speed off-road bombing. So, in true CarsandCameras fashion, we assembled a mishmash of dirt-cheap parts to begin this endeavor. Welcome to the Trophy Kart build.
All right, John, it's time for the big build. Are you ready for it?
I was born ready.
All right, well, tell the kind people what we've got here.
All right, we have a differential out of a 1981 Chevrolet Chevette. It's pretty heavy, but it ought to stand up to all the abuse that this thing is going to be taking. We have 25-inch tall ATV tires donated from some friends, so thank you, friends. These are probably the most aggressive tires we've ever started to build with, and the nice thing is this is a very common ATV wheel size, so if we wanted to upgrade or change the tread in the future, it'd be very easy to do so. The centerpiece of this build is a 1985 BMW K100 motorcycle engine. 1,000 cc's, 90 horsepower, shaft-driven, liquid-cooled, and it has a beefy alternator on it, so we should be able to run all the electrical accessories we could dream of on this thing.
Underglow.
Underglow, heated seats, GPS, the whole nine. The front end, we're thinking a twin I-beam setup. We have two donor subframes, front suspension from a Chevette and a Mazda Miata. And of course, in classic CarsandCameras fashion, the total investment so far is just a hair over $500. So out of basically used parts, junk parts, we're going to make something awesome. You ready?
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
First things first, we need to find a place to put this engine in the floor where we're gonna have our build, and then we're gonna have to make up a makeshift jig because there is not a single straight spot in this floor. There's speed bumps everywhere. So I think we have some 4x6 posts. We can just bring it in, stack them, lay them out, and come up with something pretty creative, makeshift jig.
Let's do it.
All right. Alright, dude, this is some real sketchy stuff we got going on here.
Don't try this at home.
Excellent. So we decided we wanted the bottom frame rails 30 inches wide and 64 inches long. We have this nice new tubing bender, and I ran the numbers and everything should be good to go on our first piece of tubing. So you ready, man?
I'm ready to give it a try.
To make Cars and Cameras history?
We'll try.
All right, so we had to set the machine up outside, and all of a sudden it seems like a tornado is gonna come through. So hope we don't get wet.
So we're going 90 degrees.
90 degrees.
This is faster. Your compressor stinks, dude.
Thanks, man.
So we're at 90, but we need to go a little bit past because there's going to be a little bit of spring back. So I'm going to go 90.
Gotta go to 92. Alright, so now that we have our bottom frame rail, we cut out these plugs. We're going to slide into each side. The holes that we just drilled are for welding rosettes.
Now, we could have done a complete rectangle with this, but none of our metal is long enough to do it. So
Right.
that's why we're having to do this. We're having to piece it together. We had to get the metal shipped shorter for shipping reasons.
Right.
So it is what it is. It worked for the Cross Kart.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Should-
fine, dude.
Should work great for this.
Absolutely. And metal specs on this. This is 1-inch outside diameter pipe, exactly what we used to put the Cross Kart together. 83 wall DOM tubing.
So now we're going to put the entire lower part of the frame on the ground. We're gonna square it up diagonally, give it a tack, and then move it back onto our 4x6 posts and square it up horizontally. And then we're gonna weld it up.
Because we don't have a welding table, so we're making it work.
Yep. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. Bent tubing.
Yep.
Major upgrade over Cross Kart 1.0 already.
67. 67.
So we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
Sweet. Now that the bottom part of our chassis is done, we are going to start on the middle part. It's going to be identical in width to this bottom frame rail here. It's going to go right around here so we can tie in with an engine mount and extend farther back so we can lean the seat back for better rider comfort. So let's fire up the bender, man.
All right.
Get to it.
We really need to get a good air compressor to operate this machine with the pneumatic part.
You gotta make it way faster.
Yeah. So we're thinking taking this frame and running it parallel with the lower part of the frame. It might be equally cool as a wedge, which I can't, like, maybe wedge it. But we don't know what we're gonna do until we do it, right?
Yeah. I mean,
So-
the wedge looks cool, but the issue is it makes it really difficult to get in and out.
Right. So,
And it would be cool for this to be a capable off-road machine that anybody could get in and out of.
that'd be cool.
Yeah. So we just need to do some trims, and we can weld our middle frame rail together.
All right. We have a lower and upper frame rail, sir.
Sweet.
So you already notched our uprights.
Yeah.
So now we can kind of figure out where those need to go.
All right.
Tack them in place, and we'll have a very, very rough frame.
So, buddy,
Yeah.
I'm really not liking the look. I had an idea in my head on the frame. I was kind of going Yerf Dog like,
Yep.
which is the frame is fat all the way at the front and the back, and then the little spindly front piece comes off with the suspension on it. That's kind of what I was going for, but you know, maybe it'll be fine.
Yeah.
You know, the Cross Kart look, it was like an ugly duckling in the beginning.
Yep.
This might be the same way.
Exactly. We have our notch tubing as uprights here, spacing 14 inches between the bottom and upper frame rails. And we've just been staring at this thing for like 30 minutes because it's ugly. But I mean, think about it. The Cross Kart was ugly too. It looked like a darn shopping cart until we got a rear suspension on it. So I think this will look prettier the more we add to it. But we're still thinking about just taking some time to think about it and maybe redo some of this frame just because it is pretty darn ugly right now. So we're gonna call it here, go inside and clear our minds, and then probably get online and search for some inspiration on some front engine vehicles with lots of suspension travel that don't have any body work, and see if there's any inspiration there. But some of the pros about this setup now, there is so much room for activities. So much room for activities. There is way more space for the engine and for the occupant, and it's actually shorter overall than the Cross Kart the way we have it all mocked up right now by 6 inches, which is pretty incredible. Yeah, there's tons of room to service the engine. We can take the valve cover off, no problem. We can drop the engine if we have to. We can get the timing cover out, no problem. Of course, we probably are going to be making some changes to the frame in the next episode or not. It all just depends on what we brainstorm and come up with. But thank you for watching episode 1 of the Trophy Kart build. I think this is going to be an epic sequel to the Cross Kart. Of course, the Cross Kart is low, sleek, high speed. This is high, brutish, and still high speed. So it'll be fun. Stay tuned. Subscribe on YouTube. Press the notification bell to get notifications from us when we upload or go live. For sneak peeks on what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Cars and Cameras Reviews. And support our future builds. Help us repair our new headquarters by picking up a t-shirt or a sticker at CarsandCameras.com. Thank you for watching, and Isaac, lead us out, man.
Check me out, Isaac. It'll be fine. Y'all be safe out there.